back to the TPL show after a week off. I'm your host, Gavin Schaefer, with my other host, Rob Knott.
Good to be back after a week off.
Glad to have you back. I take full responsibility for my actions. That will not happen ever again, hopefully.
It's all good.
Rob, I would like to talk about this week, though. This week shook up the whole standings, shook up the whole league.
Sure did.
We have 5 guys in our league that are 1-3. It's insane.
Burgers and fries.
Burgers and fries. Put them in the bag, huh?
Put them in the bag.
One of those 1-3 teams, you're looking at them. Me. I lost to that team by, I think it was
Like 2 points.
6 or 7 points, but it was a 0.8 game until like the last 4 minutes.
No, you lost by like 1.8 or some shit.
Oh, you know what? You're right, because Metcalf had
Yep.
3 points
that catch at the end.
I would like to talk about that and express my emotions, Rob, real quick, if that's okay with you.
No, I mean, it's a sickening way to lose. I don't blame you.
I would like to blame everybody except myself. I don't want to take full responsibility for this loss. I would like to call out Alex Kemp, the main referee of the Seahawks.
He screwed you.
I think he did, Rob.
He did.
He screwed me bad.
That was a 2-point conversion.
It's a 2-point conversion. I thought Metcalf had that TD as well.
Yeah.
It's just sad that the Players League wasn't the reason that I lost. It's something out of my control, so I can only bitch about it, you know?
Yeah, I don't blame you for that one.
But I do have to give my props to Nana. He's a respectable kid in our league. When we were going through the interview process of getting people into this league, respect and responsibility were at the top of Nana's list, and that's the reason why we got him in here, and I got to keep that going for him. He's a good guy, good win. But
I agree. Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I'm a management major, Rob. I just graduated. I just got my degree in the mail about 3-4 weeks ago.
Yes, sir.
And I haven't put it in a frame yet because these past 4 weeks in fantasy football, just poor management out of me. Poor management. It doesn't relate to my degree at all, and it's not what it's being shown for. Yes.
All right. Yeah, I respect that.
Another person I would like to congratulate in our league, Rob. We haven't given really anybody that wins in our league any recognition.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is a league where you just don't want to be last place. Being a winner is
not getting last.
It's a bonus. It's a bonus in this league.
It is. I agree.
And yeah, like what you just said, being a winner is just not being last place in this league. So I would like to congratulate Bo Alterman, first outright number 1 in our league, 4-0.
GG, Bo.
Yeah, congratulations. Let's go, Bo.
It was between me and Bo for the 4-0 spot, and I'll give it up to him.
Yeah, I mean, year after year, this guy just comes in with a great draft, and nobody talks about his draft every year. You know, we're like, he could be
last year I think he started 4-0.
Yeah, and talk about good management right there. I don't know what he got his degree in, but man, maybe a minor in management. I don't know, something. He did something crazy. Because he figures
it's off to a good start.
Yeah.
Kenneth Walker was definitely a catalyst to that one, for sure. Putting up 35.
Sure. Yeah. So, Rob, out of our 1-3 teams, I want to do a little scenario with you. We got me, Easton, Cars, Crosby, and Julian. Out of those 5 teams, who do you think is going to stay in last place, not going to figure it out, not going to get out of their little bad mojo, and who is going to get out of the bad mojo? Who's not going to be in last place at the end of the year?
You know, at the beginning of the year, I thought the 2 worst teams were going to be Cars and Colin, but after this week, my opinion's changed. Obviously it's still a race for last place, but I'm sorry, Julian, but I think after the Rasheed Rice injury, Tyreek Hill losing his quarterback, and as well as losing Pacheco and having A-Chain as well, it's not looking good for Julian, especially after putting up less than 60 points last week. And
Yeah,
Crosby should be getting a little worried too. I mean, his team's been struggling the last couple of weeks,
yeah, that's what I was gonna
but
say,
yeah,
Julian or
I'd
Crosby.
say. Hmm.
Um, I really, I, I wanted to say me, but it's just poor management. My team is great. I'm still top two for points scored in this league. So
Yep.
that's a stat that
I
really
think I'm
took me
tied
into
with
it.
Limbo. Like we're tied. Like we had the same, like 0.58, like 409, 0.58, some shit like that.
Yeah.
Same
Um,
exact score.
but the reason why I think Julian would be dead last instead of Crosby is because I think Crosby might have had pick of the year of picking CD over
Yeah.
McCaffrey. Dude, if Crosby picked McCaffrey, it might be the worst team of TPL history.
Oh, for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. So congrats to Crosby.
Good pick,
Speaking of
Crosby.
Crosby, uh, he sent his beer chug in a little late, which is okay. I sent in this episode a little late. Actually, I didn't
Yeah,
send it in a little late. I didn't send it in at all.
at all.
Um, so good for you, Crosby. Um, Rob, from our last episode, we were talking about the rankings of our beer chugs. We have
Hmm.
Nana in first and Colin in second, right?
Hmm.
With Crosby adding his third. What'd you think about that video first?
Yeah, I mean, a little funny in the beginning when he, like, what he hurt his tooth or something trying to tornado it.
Yeah, and typical Crosby laugh. That was great to hear. Love hearing
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And he's what, in a little cowboy outfit?
Yeah, he looks
A
like John
little
Party.
creative.
Yeah, a little creative. I don't know what concert he was at, but he was drinking Coronas. It could have been Peso Pluma, Gabriel Iglesias. I don't know what he was at. Maybe a
Yeah,
comedy thing. Yeah,
who knows?
yeah. Um, it did make me feel a little awkward. His video is just him in the background. The reason why I think Colin has the best chug, right? But it's
Yep,
not all about the chug. It's all about the ambiance, the setting, how you
everything.
perform. Nana's kids in the background is what just got me to
Hmm.
push him as the number one
Now, this is
spot.
more natural,
Yeah, yeah,
like, typical, like, just doing it, like,
yeah,
straight to the point. No
yeah.
bullshit.
Crosby and Collins had the same setting. Colin was just him, which for some reason kind of made it less awkward for me because someone had to video Crosby do that, and I
Yeah.
couldn't imagine being that person. You know?
Yeah.
Um,
Colin just put his phone down and just hit record.
yeah. But
Hmm.
with that being said, Crosby did have the worst chug, most awkwardness. It's
Uh-huh.
only the fourth week, but he's in
Yeah.
last. He'll
Still
figure it
plenty
out.
of time.
There's a lot more room for people to mess up, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll have a bad week one of these weeks with all my injuries. Unless
yeah,
Devontae gets traded to the Chiefs and Cooper Cup comes back, then I'm chilling.
yeah. Speaking of that, we got a lot of mix-ups. Chiefs are looking to get a wide receiver. We've all heard this.
Yep.
Um, the top three is I don't know. This isn't in any specific order, but we got Tyreek, Amari Cooper, and Devontae Adams. Three of the best wide receivers in the league. What are your thoughts about this process going on?
Now that I mean, they got to do it. They just lost their best receiver
Mhm.
for the season. It looks like.
Yeah,
So I mean, they're gonna have to make a move for one of these guys.
yeah,
I, bringing Tyreek back, I mean, that would be a home run for Mahomes. But is that really gonna happen? Is Miami really gonna give up on Tyreek already?
yeah, right.
I mean, Tua, he's probably gonna come back
Well,
eventually.
that's not the question. The question is Tyreek gonna give up on Miami? Tyreek doesn't have a quarterback anymore, dude.
You think Tua's toast? Because I don't think he's toast just yet.
He's a burnt grilled
I
cheese
think
at
he's.
least.
I think he's a slightly well done grilled cheese
Yeah, yeah,
with, and the bacon's little like crispy.
yeah,
So
for sure.
you know,
Cheese is fully melted though. It's like oozing out.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Speaking of our buddy Crosby, we have a good friend of his. A good friend of his had the biggest win of the season so far. A win that shook up the whole league, changed the whole standings.
Yep. Completely.
Our good buddy, Colin Easton.
Bravo.
Here he is, the man that shook up the whole league this week. Syndrome.
151 points.
Let's go.
Congratulations.
Big Dub is
What a
right.
turnaround.
Syndrome stock is
Huge.
going up incredibly.
Biggest win of the week
A
so
lot of
far.
momentum.
Took down an undefeated team. Syndrome, how does that make you feel?
This is what we do, dude. Syndrome is built on a basis like this, you know? It makes me feel prideful. Nobody could do it. Team Karst almost did it last week. You know I had to avenge my guy. I've never lost to Limbo in anything in my entire life. So if anything was going to be taking down the dub, it would be me. Syndrome, as the coach, I feel incredibly prideful. Feels great. 3-0 no longer. Dome Land Security, stock's going down. Starting this week.
Let's go.
Huge.
Hey, what was your strategy facing Limbo this week?
Strategy. Gosh. Like I said before, I've never lost to him. So I got to hurt him where it counts. Limbo is 5'4", so I had to go tall. You got to play players like Nico Collins. You got to get Dallas Goddard in there. You know, I got to make sure I played my tallest players.
He's been a number one tight end.
He's in the office a lot, so I got to capitalize on those moments. You know, I'm not in the office that much, so like in preparing for this victory, I had to eat healthy. You know, work out daily, and I think eating healthy, working out daily, and playing your tallest players, that's how you dominate a team like Dome Land Security. And I got to credit those three things, and anybody in the future who's going to play them, make sure to capitalize there.
It's a good mindset right there.
Yeah, it is. That's what I like to hear. Talking about something that isn't healthy. Crosby's beer chug this week.
Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah. Rob and I actually just talked about that this episode. What are your thoughts about it?
I mean, what the hell was that? I mean, we can go as far back as the recap. His recap was basically like a let's get the boys fired up here. You know, there was nothing there.
Yeah, I thought it was just like a regular message just to pump up the boys for a good weekend.
It was like what I sent on Thursday night.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
With just a little bit more.
Welcome to the league, rookie. When I lose, if you're gonna pull some shit like that, you know. Crosby texted me last. My team is falling apart. I feel sad. You know, that fucking shotgun was sad, dude.
Yeah.
He took the 2-beer chug route. He chugs a beer and a half. Sends like a failed attempt in. Like, we don't want that shit, dude.
Yeah.
That made you feel sad, bro. That shotgun directly like reflected it. You know, I have no sympathy. He didn't finish the beer. It was late, and that recap was some shit, dude.
Yeah.
It's
definitely going down. It's going down in the TPL Hall.
It was a lackadaisical recap for sure.
Yeah. Rob, any thoughts about his lackadaisical strategic response on that beer bottle?
I mean, it was okay. I'll just say that. It was average.
When you get last place, do you think you would do better?
Hell no. I'd be throwing some spicy shit on there. Fucking chugging hot sauce.
Amen.
Let's go.
Amen, not. You know,
Amen.
He deserves to be losing right now. Welcome to 1 and 3 Shedeur.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Welcome
be a
to
race.
the show. It's time to play the game, Crosby. Get ready to spin the wheel.
Exactly, bro.
Colin, huge win for you. This is your first year in the TPL. What are your thoughts?
First
You must be
W.
ecstatic.
As my overall experience being in the league, what am I thinking of everything?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a well-ran league. I appreciate the trophy. We all feel included, you know, pitching for the trophy. It's a league of the people, great culture. It's very cutthroat. Max uses this term all the time. It's a very competitive league.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't even know what the fuck that means, It's the players competing, not us,
Yeah, it's gambling.
Fuck if you're 0-3. Like, I'm trying to mourn with people when I'm 0-3, and nobody cares, dude. I was in Sarasota last weekend, Julian, bro. I need players, bro. I need a tight end. I'm 0-3. I need to turn it around. He doesn't give a shit.
He doesn't
Well,
care
look at
about
him
your
now.
team or the whole league in general.
Nobody cares about anyone in this fucking league except for their own teams.
How it goes, man. That's life.
Try and make a trade. Down the drain.
It's impossible to trade in this league.
Impossible, bro. Everyone needs to wake up.
I've made one trade in this league. One.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's shameful, but it's cutthroat. It's fun. It's great culture. I get excited. I'm on the tip of my fucking chair every single Sunday rooting for my football team, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
I love
Dedication.
how this league, it just comes down to Monday night. Everyone's on the phone with each other talking about their teams, and that's my favorite part about this league. What's your favorite part about the league?
My favorite part about the league?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say the camaraderie. There's no camaraderie,
Yeah.
I like, more than anything, big upsets. And I think a week like I just had turns stuff around and makes things fun. You can be 99% chance to win and still lose.
Yeah.
I love that aspect of it. Shafe, if I'm not mistaken, you just had come off a big loss where you had a great percentage chance to win.
Yes, Rob and I recently just talked about it. You don't have to bring it up, but since you did, it's still tearing me apart. You and I were on the phone talking about it yesterday.
I mean, it reminds me a lot like our duo, You had to put up 54 points, you put up 55.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
The kind of I just love about the league, you can't predict anything.
Nope.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It was something that I went to bed at 8:45 last night, woke up at 6:30, still got good 10 hours of sleep, and still felt like shit, It just wasn't something I really love to go through. But it's okay. I'm still here doing a good episode today.
Sorry, you'll bounce back next week.
Yo, bro. Eat, sleep, breathe, TPO.
Yep. Colin, you're 1-3. I'm 1-3. Okay. We got
I'm
3 others
3-1.
that are 1-3.
Yeah,
Rob and I just talked about who we think is gonna end up being last, and who's gonna be out of that 1-3 rut. Who do you think's gonna be that? Who do you think's gonna be staying in last, and who do you think's gonna get out of the rut?
you can't help but say teams like myself and Team Karst who are coming from that 0-3 perspective, getting their first win and getting it in a strong,
What I
confident.
said.
I think our players speak for themselves as well. Like I have heavy hitting players. Charlie has heavy hitting players. I'm gonna say me and Team Karst out of the 1-3 group should be expected to move up. And honestly, I'm going to throw naysayers down on the way bottom. I'm playing him next week, and I got players. I got Dallas Goddard out. Not that big of a deal. Tight end one, whatever. I got Amon-Ra out. I'm not even fucking worried, Like, he just put up 59 points, dude. Holy shit.
Julian is fucked.
Yeah, that was insane.
R.I.P. Rashi Rice and put Julian down at the bottom, and Shedeur's going to have to prove himself, or else I'm going to put him right there with him.
Yeah, I agree.
After a week of putting up
agree.
how many points you did, Colin, I would feel really confident going into the rest of the year.
But like we said before, anything can happen in TPL, and you just can't promise yourself anything.
Yeah.
Promise.
Yep. Rob, what do you think about Colin's choice of attire for this episode?
I like it.
Yeah.
It's similar, but we all got that backwards hats on, so.
Yeah. What's your favorite part of his outfit? Eyebrows down. His hat does not count.
I fuck with the chain.
The chain?
Yeah.
See that chain you got on?
Yeah.
I'll give you something to fucking rave about, big dog. Shedeur couldn't do it. I'm going to finish the beer for him.
Baroni? Let's go, Colin. Hype.
Wow,
Wow. Putting it to him.
dude, Crosby.
Damn.
Rough week,
In the
Crosby. Rough
suit.
week.
Fuck you, Shedeur.
Let's go.
The
My
podcast
favorite.
Damn.
next.
We got a rivalry.
My favorite thing about Colin's outfit, he went no tie. I love the suit because this is a professional program that we're trying to start here. But we
Tank
do like
top.
to have a little bit of fun and pizzazz, so I like the no tie look.
We take shit serious, but it's casual because it's TPL. You don't need to wear
Yes.
fucking pants, bitch.
Hey.
All right. We'll edit that out. Psych. I love the view. Rob, do you have anything to say to Colin before we send him off?
I mean, great win. Everything he said, I completely agree with. I think him and Cars they proved me wrong. They were at the bottom last week, but I think they're going to be rising up, and I think Team Shedeur and the naysayers are going down.
Yeah, this week was a big one for the league. It shows what the league is all about, shaking it all up. Shows that nothing is promised in this thing.
I
Nothing
got
at
one
all.
question, panel.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you've addressed this to the rest of the league. I know you take this cast very seriously, and I want everyone to know what happened last week and if this is something we should expect to see moving forward. Because I look forward to the podcast more than I do watching somebody chug when they lose. I love
Gotcha.
listening to it, and I want to know
Fair enough.
full transparency here what happened.
Gotcha. So you haven't been able to see it yet because we started off the podcast with it, but I did start off with an apology. I took full responsibility. Nothing was on Rob. That was all me. I'm currently in the middle of moving away from my hometown and getting away from what's going on here and trying to move out to Los Angeles. And I had a busy week last week.
Hey,
Yes, yes, but I
I got
do
one
want
thing to
to let
say actually.
everyone. I would like to let everyone know that it will not happen again. The podcast is priority first. I'd rather make $0 and have this podcast out than be a millionaire with no podcast.
God, I love it, man. That's
Love
what I'm talking about. That's what the TPL show's all about right there. Authenticity, honesty, confidence. I love it. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Thank you for bringing that up as well. Rob didn't have the balls to bring it up, and I actually respect Rob for that because he loves me and he loves this show and didn't want sad vibes on this
Yeah.
episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob, are you
Colin,
baked?
what was that?
What's up?
Is Rob baked?
Rob, can you answer?
I plead the fifth.
All right. Nice. All right, Colin, anything else?
No, thanks for having me. Good luck this week to everybody out there. Whatever happens, happens.
Yep, whatever happens, happens. That could be one of the quotes of the league. I appreciate you for saying that.
I like that.
And we'll quote you on that
My
as
favorite
well if that
saying.
becomes popular. Yep.
All right, thanks for having
Rob,
me. You guys do.
have a good one. Colin, have a good one.
Thank you, guys.
And now we're going to start our first ever Mount Rushmore segment. We're going to do this every week from now on to get some more consistency going into this league for everyone to enjoy something and look forward to. You know what I mean? So, Rob, we're going to start off with the first ever one of TPL, the Mount Rushmore of P. Diddy party guests. Would you like to start this one off?
Interesting. Sure do. My number one in the Mount Rushmore, I'm going with arguably one of the greatest basketball players of all time, the one and only LeBron James.
LeBron James. Why is that?
hmm I mean, ain't no party like a Diddy party. That's the most
Let's
viral
go.
phrase going on right now in this whole
Yeah.
Diddy saga.
Yeah.
So, and who knows what LeBron's done at all these freaky ass parties and freak offs and stuff. So,
Yeah.
but
Have
yeah,
you seen
going LeBron's number one.
have you seen the LeBron Hennessy?
Yeah,
Yeah. Are
Bron
you gonna get a
Julio.
bottle?
I might try it. Give it a little review.
There you go. My number one. Actually, I'm gonna start off with Howard Stern. He's not my number one. I'm not gonna go in any specific order, but I'm gonna go Howard
Mm-hmm.
Stern. He's a personal favorite of mine. I think he's one of the best shit talkers of all time. You know,
Yep.
I picked him as well because I like to imagine he would bring Beetlejuice to these parties and he would just stick by Stern's side the whole time and stay away from everyone and just chill.
Yep.
Yeah. Who's your number two?
Um, I'm gonna go with Drewski.
Whew.
I mean, Drewski, like, funny guy, comical guy, and he's
Mhm.
also been to these Diddy parties before, so he knows how to.
Yeah,
He
multiple.
knows what these are. Yeah, so he knows what all of
Do
them are
you
about. So
do you think Diddy told Drewski to miss that field goal on College Game Day?
there's definitely a chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who knows what that fucking piece of shit's done?
Yeah. My number two is Ellen. I picked her out. She's a really good dancer. I think she's one of the best freestyle movers of our generation. I also think she would be really good at being a bouncer at these parties, at the Diddy parties. You need to not let underage people into these parties, so why
That's
not have a
true.
person that why not have a person that literally eats underage children and drinks their blood? Have her control the
Josh
front
Giddey, you're
door,
not allowed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Who's your next?
Um, my next one, I'm gonna go with Aiden Ross. I mean, probably the GOAT streamer right now between him
Is the
and
goat streamer?
I mean him, Speed. You know what? All three. I'm gonna do him, Speed, and Kai Cenat. I'm gonna do a five. This one. Those three.
Okay,
Just bring the energy, bring the hype around it.
let's go.
I
Let's
feel
go.
like Speed would be like the ringleader of the freak offs. And fucking Kai
Yeah,
Cenat would be doing the fucking spider thing.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
My next one is Ashton Kutcher. Uh, Kutcher was actually like a big host of a Diddy party one time in the 2000s. I think he
Mhm.
was a lot of fun in the back in the day. He
Yeah.
seems like a fun guy, honestly. I love his show Punked. Rumor is that he punked Justin Bieber at one of these parties. It never made it on air for some reason, though. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Who's your last one, Rob?
Um, I'm gonna go with Meek Mill.
Okay,
I
why is
mean,
that?
like the video. I mean, and him, Diddy calling Meek Mill daddy at the pool.
What are you talking about right now?
Huh?
What are you talking about right now?
What, when Meek Mill and Diddy? You don't know?
What?
You don't know? Meek Mill and Diddy?
What are you talking about?
What do you mean? You don't know?
My next one on my Mount Rushmore is Will Smith. Rob, you and I grew up at the same time and got to witness Will Smith in his prime and be alive when his best movies were coming out.
Mhm.
But for some reason, I can only remember him as post-slap Will Smith. I don't remember him being how he is before. You know,
Oh,
I bet he was a very jiggy guy at these functions, though. But I can only remember him post-slap, so I would like to see him a couple videos of him just getting jiggy with it.
uh-huh.
Yeah. So Rob, we had a great week of TPL.
It's an interesting week for sure.
Yeah, it was a trademark TPL week. Um, I I never wish these weeks to go on in our league, but they do. They're not
Yeah.
in the contract. It's not what we signed up for, but this is the character of the league.
Mm-hmm. TPL, baby.
Yeah. And a loss like that I had to Nana, those happen every week.
Yeah.
And it
TPL.
finally happened to a host. So I can talk about it publicly. You know, maybe Christian Nana will be a guest one day, and he could talk about one of his losses. But I'm gonna take advantage of my situation and my platform.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rob, anything you would like to say and to send off to our awesome league?
Yeah, a couple things. T P L. That's all I gotta say.
Let's go, Rob. And that's all I
Yes,
got
sir.
to see. You guys have a good week. We'll see you next week.
Let's go.
TPL.